is on the line for the top-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, and they have the top 2 totals in the country this year. Welcome inside McCaslin Fieldhouse in Norman. Tonight, it's the Sooners and the 8th-ranked Cal Bears. This will be the first time of 3 meetings between these Mountain Pacific Sports Federation rivals headed down the home stretch here in 2026. It is senior night as well for Mark Williams and the Sooners, alongside former Oklahoma national champions Genki Suzuki and Matt Wensky. I'm Chad McKee, and the last 2 times we have seen the Sooners, they have set a new national mark this season for best score in the country. Genki, what does it feel like is building for this Sooner team as we head down the stretch?
I think they're building a very strong momentum going into the postseason. They started off hot, they ended hot, and so it's going to be very exciting to see what they do in the postseason.
And Matt, they won all of the individual event titles, all of the different rotations against Nebraska. They were impressive when last we saw them here at McCaslin Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been looking so good, and some of these highlights from last week, Colby Aranda on Pommel Horse just posted a huge score, and the Sooners knocked out the nation's highest score, 331.3. Just very impressive stuff by the Oklahoma Sooners.
But the Cal Bears have a star of their own in sophomore Mateo Bardana. He's the CGA National Gymnast of the Week. He went out in the all-around against Stanford, put up his best score, and actually won the all-around against Stanford last week. How impressive is this young man, Genki?
It's been very impressive to see some cool and awesome gymnastics out of Mateo as a sophomore. Really, truly just impressive.
And Matt, if Cal is to have a chance here tonight, he will have to have a very big night, because Oklahoma has been oh so good. In particular, as we said, in their recent meets, the Sooners either #1 or #2 on every individual rotation this year, including the top team in the country. What's gotten better for them as they have moved up to be #1 or #2 in every single rotation?
I really think they are just honing in on the details. They're really focusing on refining all of their gymnastics, making sure every 10th counts, and last week they had a total of 13 stuck landings, which is just huge, and added up to that nation's highest score. They're hoping to just keep that ball rolling going into tonight.
So it'll be Oklahoma first on floor exercise, and that begins with Brigham Frithaway. Brigham Frithaway is having another good year as a Sooner, 5th-year guy. He was one of the seniors being honored here tonight. He was in a season-high 4 events against Nebraska, and it seems like he's just getting healthier as the season goes on.
Yeah, I mean, Brigham has been so impressive. As you can see right there, just a huge laid-out double-double, stuck landing, and there's another stuck landing. So far, this is a great start for the senior Brigham Frithaway.
Brigham has done a very nice job, like what Matt mentioned earlier, just the attention to detail. Sticks, saving those deductions. It's an excellent job from Brigham.
And with this being senior night, these guys just really want to put on a show for the fans and end their season in the field house on just a super, super high note. And Brigham is doing just that. Really nice connection pass right there. Just a small hop on that landing.
Comes the dismount. Beautifully done by Brigham.
That was a great routine. I don't think Oklahoma could have had much of a better start than that. Brigham stuck, I believe, 4 out of his 6 passes. That was a great routine.
You see why Brigham Frithaway is the #5 ranked athlete nationally on floor exercise. Let's take a look back at it.
Just a huge double pike right there, just the smallest of hops on that landing. Great performance.
Over to the Bears to start things on Pommel Horse, and first up is going to be senior Kaylin Curry. American Canyon, California. Nope, Trick Dudley, I beg your pardon, will be first up. Trick Dudley up first.
So far, this is a very nice start to this routine, doing some quite difficult single pommel work, making it look very nice. Nice travel down the horse. Just the tiniest bit of leg separation, but gets right back on track, and the dismount flies right up to handstand. Really good routine to start off the Cal Bears.
Trick Dudley is a sophomore from London, longtime member of the English national team. Yankee, what do you think?
That was very impressive. To start off the meet, a hit and a very well done routine. You can't ask for anything more.
Cal is the number 10 team nationally as far as pommel horse is concerned. A good start there from Trick Dudley. Leo Koike is set to go for the Sooners on floor exercise. Waiting for them to post the score for Brigham Breathaway, but not many mistakes for Brigham.
I don't know what the judges saw there in Brigham Breathaway's floor routine, but that seems like a very low score for how well it was executed throughout that.
I believe that they got the difficulty wrong there. It says a 3.1.
And right now, we see the Sooners may be asking them about that, in fact, the degree of difficulty. Maybe we'll see an adjustment.
Very nice double front from Leo. Full into double full there.
Really nice double full down the side. Making sure to fight for those landings. See here, he's bringing some elements from pommel horse over to the floor. It's always fun to watch.
Leo's done a very good job every week just to improve a little bit on those details.
Nicely done, 2.5, connected to a front layout. Huge double pike, finishes with a stick. Great performance from Leo Koike.
Leo Koike, redshirt junior. Another year available as a Sooner.
See that big dismount here again, huge double pike, kicks out, sees the ground, and finds that stuck landing.
Leo's a guy that Mark Williams has really applauded for his ability to come back from severe shoulder surgery as a freshman. He's built himself all the way back up. Back we go to the Bears and Kalen Orion. He's a Stanford transfer, second up here on the pommel horse.
Very nice scissor element to start here. Very difficult sewn element.
Wow. That is such a difficult skill that he just did right there, and it was done exceptionally well. This was a very high difficulty routine. I mean, had some minor errors throughout, but overall, that was a fantastic performance for the Cal Bears. See this skill right here? It's what's known as a boost snare. You go all the way up to handstand and have to come back down into flares. And then we'll see the dismount here again. Just flies right up and down the pommel horse. Great routine.
He was on 2 national championship teams and a runner-up team a season ago at Stanford before transferring to be a Cal Bear for his final season. They have taken Brigham Breathaway's score off and adjusted it to a 13.95. So just as you said, Genki, got the degree of difficulty wrong to start with. Leo Koike has followed with a 13.85 for the Sooners. So a good start. Here's Velez Melendez.
Very nice double pike to start. Cisco is usually not a floor guy, but Coach Williams mentioned giving some new opportunities for these guys.
Just a little bit hoppy on these landings, but recovers nicely.
Triple Russian element that Matt mentioned, bringing in from the pommel horse. A little bit of a mistake there, but good recovery from Cisco.
Just the dismount.
Very unique dismount, double layout. You usually don't see that from gymnasts, but very nicely done from Cisco.
You'll see the mistake that Genki was mentioning earlier. Right here, it's supposed to be a stretched layout position for that second skill, and you can tell he kind of bent his legs, just got away from him. We'll see that unique dismount again right there. Just a huge double layout. Unfortunately, had a pretty big step, which will incur a 3/10 deduction, but overall is a very good routine from Francisco.
Velas Melendez is the anchor of the Sooner Greens lineup. We go back to the Bears, and their pommel horse continues here with Harry Kim, Jr. from Rowland Heights, California.
Cal has started off very hot on pommel horse. 2 great routines. Let's see if he can keep this up.
Yeah, I am very impressed by the routines Cal is putting up here tonight. Very high difficulty, and all the routines have been executed very well. And yet again, another dismount that just flies right up to that handstand. They are on a roll.
Harry Kim liked it. He's added the pommel horse this year. 3rd season at Cal, didn't compete in 2024. And he has added vault to his lineup, though he won't be in the vault tonight. Here's Nico Hamilton. What a great floor exercise we saw from him last time in the field house, Genki.
He was lights out last weekend. Hopefully he can have the same performance tonight.
Won the floor exercise against Nebraska for the first time this year. Grapevine, Texas junior, who has also overcome a shoulder injury earlier in his career to get all the way back.
A huge connection pass to start this routine off. Massive tuck double-double. It's 2 flips and 2 twists and a stuck landing. Nicely done. Press to handstand right there.
A little bit of a hop there. And here comes the dismount. Huge double pike and a stick from Nico. Excellent routine.
Well, that's a couple of sticks for the Sooners on the floor rotation. And there's the anchor, Nico Hamilton.
We'll see that huge double-double again. He kicks out, sees the ground. Just a beautiful stuck landing. See that dismount one more time. Just massive, has plenty of time to see the ground, find that landing. And yet again, another stuck landing for Nico Hamilton.
Now, the anchor on the pommel horse, Jasper Smith-Gordon, redshirt senior from Woking, England. Really good horse rotation for the Bears.
Right there, that was the first mistake I've really seen from Cal on this event. Just a little bobble. Just got a little stuck right there, but it looks like he's gotten right back on track. Some really nice single pommel work that he was doing. Nicely done Magyar travel, connected to a Savato. Then just the dismount. That almost looked like it got away from him right there, but he manages to save it. Really good routine.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hiccup on that first skill, his scissors, but excellent job finishing up very well.
So Jasper Smith-Gordon, we talked about Matteo Bardana, who is competing in the all-around tonight. He won the all-around against Stanford last week, so he's going to go through his routine here on the pommel horse. It'll be a part of his score in the all-around only. Will not count toward the Bears' overall score on pommel horse, but they had a good rotation. You saw Nico Hamilton score guys over there on floor exercise. Another powerhouse performance, 14.050 for Nico Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, like Genki had said, Nico was lights out last weekend, you know, and he scored a 14.15, and so he's staying very consistent with his scoring throughout this season.
So here's Bardana, sophomore from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, has participated for Team Canada on the world stage, the World University Games. The NCAA floor and still rings final last year. He has taken up his gymnastics a notch by competing in the all-around for the first couple of times as a Cal Bear. Still haven't posted the score for Jasper Smith-Gordon. Oklahoma's score, though, is final 54-7 on the floor exercise for the Sooners tonight. That is the total. And that is above their average, but 1/10 below their season high score. So pretty good for Oklahoma there on floor exercise game.
Yeah, we usually see Fuzzy Benes on the floor rotation, giving Cisco a chance to compete and see where he lies. But very nicely done from the Sooners.
Yeah, you have Fuzzy in there, and maybe you go up a point, and you're right there at that season high once again, potentially. Still waiting here for Bardana.
You know, I think the judges could be taking a little bit longer just because of that mistake that we had seen. Sometimes they kind of debate about how big of a deduction they should have taken. So that's probably what they were discussing right there.
Yeah, winds up as a 13-1, which was the low score for the Bears. Rare for the guy who's in their anchor spot, but that mistake, an indicator for him. And this is just for his all-around purposes.
Nicely done scissor work right there to get the routine started.
Very good fight from him there.
You know, and that wasn't as difficult of a routine that we had seen from his teammates, you know, but had a great fight to stay on that horse. I think most athletes probably would have come off right there, so that was very impressive by him to stay on, really fight for that and get a hit routine to start his night off.
One rotation is in the books. Oklahoma's lead is a little less than 1 point over Cal.
There's that dismount. Flew up there. Nicely done.
So that will do it for the first round tonight. On senior night, they were recognized earlier and just enjoying them all night long, including seniors talking about their final night here at McCaslin Fieldhouse. To the seniors, Mark Williams recognizing his guys here tonight. Kelton Christensen, Ignacio Yakers, Fuzzy Benes, and Brigham Frenthaway. We will see them all in competition. They have not lost a regular season home meet here at McCaslin. You saw Leo Koike and Max Seiler also in that senior video. They have some eligibility left, but we will remain to see if those guys come back for one more year here in Norman. But a very good class, and they would certainly love to close it out with a national championship, Matt. If things continue to go as they have been so far, they have a good chance to be able to do that. Absolutely.
I mean, these seniors, they have been so close to winning a national championship year after year and just haven't been able to do it. And so I know they are so hungry to get that #1 spot at the NCAA National Championships later this year, and that would just be the absolute best way for these seniors to finish their collegiate career.
Headed to rotation number 2. Oklahoma set to go on the pommel horse. They have been the #1 team in the country this year on the pommel horse, and the Bears are headed over to floor exercise where they are ranked number 14. But a good opening for Cal, their season best score that they just had on pommel horse, 53.950. Oklahoma a little above its season average on floor exercise, but a little shy of a season high. So it's competitive and close after one rotation here, gang.
Yeah, Cal did an amazing job starting off on horse. especially away. It's a very difficult event to start on, but carried the momentum from the first guy until the last. Hopefully they can keep it going on the floor.
If you just look at average score for the year, Oklahoma on average is 14 points better than Cal. But you never know what's going to happen from night to night. And the Bears have to feel good about their opening rotation. Sooners, of course, coached by the 27th year Hall of Fame head coach Mark Williams. 9 national titles, 9-time National Coach of the Year. Looking to get number 10 this year. Cal first-year staff, Brian Del Castillo. And it's all former Cal gymnasts who man up this coaching staff now for the Bears. Brian Del Castillo was 6 years as an assistant. He took over as associate head coach last year. And there's Mark Williams. Senior night. You just never really know how senior night is going to go. And Mark Williams letting some other guys have opportunities here just to see what they're made of in this final chance to get out of McCaslin Fieldhouse.
Absolutely. You know, like you had said, Chad, you know, OU's average is roughly 14 points higher than Cal. And so OU has a lot of depth on their team, and they can afford to give some of these seniors who may not always be in the lineups on some of these events, give them a chance to go off with a bang and show off to these Sooner fans what they're capable of.
Genki, do you remember your senior night?
Yes.
You still have the butterflies from it?
Oh, yeah. I specifically remember last up, I believe, on a high bar. And just going through the routine, you know, doing my releases. And just right as I was getting off the bar for the dismount, I knew from that moment that I was going to stick. And, you know, looking up at the crowd, just hearing the roar, that's just what you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Bears ready to go, and Kalen Curry will be up first on the floor exercise.
Very powerful first pass from Kalen. Laid out, half in, half out. Beautiful double pike.
You can just tell how powerful he is on this event. Both of his passes that he started off with were just so high in the air and executed very well. That's a very unique connection pass right there. The whip to a 2.5 punch layout. You don't see that hardly ever. Very well done.
Just a dismount here. Beautiful double layout. Small hop. Very well executed routine from Kalen.
Captain Kalen Curry injecting some energy into his squad. A good opening routine on floor exercise for the Bears. Ignacio Yakers, number 2 nationally on the pommel horse, is first up for the Sooners. He was an All-American a couple of years ago in the NCAA Finals.
And Ignacio is just great on this event. I mean, ever since freshman year, he has made an immediate impact on this team and has continued to be on this horse lineup throughout his entire time at OU. Has extremely high difficulty and executes exceptionally well. As you can see here, this routine is looking really good from Ignacio so far. Just the dismount. Can he get it up? A little bit of a fight there. That'll definitely incur a deduction, but he should be very, very proud of that routine. Excellent performance from Ignacio Yakers.
One of those guys always willing to step up for teammates. And a good leadoff routine.
Here's that dismount. Just a little bit of a pause. But strong finish from Ignacio.
Nathan Underhill will be next up for the Bears on floor exercise. Connor Womack, Wisconsin freshman.
huge double-double to start that routine off, but unfortunately, both feet went out of bounds. That'll incur a 3/10 deduction, and then he took another step after that.
Brought it back with a stuck double front. Two and a half layout.
You can tell he's fighting for these landings now. He's got to kind of make up for that first pass.
Straight body planche.
Nicely done scale.
Slight hop there, or step, excuse me. Here comes the dismount. Slight hop there, full in, double tuck. A little bit of a hop on the first and last pass, but.
How much of a deduction here, Matt, for this step out of bounds?
Yeah, so you'll see right here, he lands, has about a 3/10 hop backwards, then another 3/10 for being out of bounds, and then he took another step, which will probably be another 1/10. So he lost roughly 7/10 on that landing alone right there.
Sooner legacy gymnast Max Seiler, his brother Morgan, also a Sooner. Cypress Academy, special to the Seiler family down there in Flower Mound.
Mac has made a lot of progress on this event. You can tell he's a lot more confident when he competes now. He's increased his difficulty, and you can tell he's cleaned things up a little bit compared to, you know, when he first came to OU. Just the dismount, can he get it up? It's a little bit of a fight to get that dismount up to handstand, but great routine for Max Seiler. He should be very, very happy with that. The Sooners are off to a great start on Pommel Horse.
See, Yockers had a 14.050 to start. We'll see about Max Seiler. Potentially his final performances here at McCaslin Fieldhouse. Back over to the Trick Dudley routine here on the floor exercise. Haven't seen Underhill score just yet. Kalen Curry had a 13.75 to lead off for the Bears.
And that's a shame. It was really nicely executed in the air. You could just tell he kicked out a little bit too early and unfortunately sat that down. Let's see if he can get back on track, though, with the rest of this routine. Nicely done, double fold down the side. Very good, wide arm press to handstand.
Very nice, 2.5 punch full. Just a little bit of a mistake on the first pass, but brought it back and very nicely done from Trigg.
You know, that's a tough spot to be in. When you make an error like that on the very first pass, sometimes it can be hard to shake it off because it definitely rattles you, but it seemed like he handled that very well, trying to make up, you know, and not let anything get away from him for the rest of that routine.
One of 2 English gymnasts on the squad and one of 4 international gymnasts for the Bears, and Brian Del Castillo. Back to Kelton Christensen, third up for the Sooners here on Pommel Horse.
Great single pommel work to get this routine started.
Very nice travel element there.
This is looking great.
I know Kelton had a fall last week. I'm sure he's eager to get this set going. An excellent job from Kelton.
This is potentially a very special rotation for Oklahoma. You're talking about 2 scores of 14 or better, and then you add that to it.
little bit of that senior night magic. I think the guys are feeling it.
Kelton Christensen powering through that one. Senior from Arvada, Colorado. We'll see him a little bit later as well on high bar in the anchor spot. And Mateo Bardana on the floor exercise. He'll wrap things up for the 4-up, 4 count for the Bears.
Wow, very nice. Full connection into a double front. A big step there, but nice recovery. Brought it back with a stuck double full down the side.
And he is doing some very difficult gymnastics here on this floor routine. And aside from that big step on the second pass, I mean, everything has looked fantastic. Another good connection pass right there, just the smallest of hops on that landing. Big double pike. You could tell he wanted that stick, tried to kick out, just barely got away from him and had to take a step, but he should be very, very proud of that floor routine right there.
Second of the 6 events in which we will see him tonight. Oklahoma continues with a very good rotation on pommel horse. Have not yet seen the score for Kelton Christensen, but Tyler Flores is ready to go. We'll see him later on vault, and he's worked his way into this lineup on pommel horse. He's battled back from a concussion. Good to have him back in the lineup for Mark Williams and the Sooners. Here he is in the number 4 position.
Really nice scissor work to get this routine going.
What's so impressive about Tyler is his extension. That beautiful circle, fully in control. Very nice Magyar there. Salvato. And the dismount. Flies up there, very nice.
And that should score very well. The Sooners had 4 for 4 hit routines. They were all done exceptionally well.
Hopefully he can score a 14, around a 14 there, just to keep it up.
They will be close to a season high on pommel horse if that is the case, as Genki said, if it's a 14 or better. But what a rotation for the Sooners, showing you why they are the number 1 pommel horse team in the country. They displayed it. Yockers, Seiler, Christensen, and Tyler Flores wrapping things up. Rotation complete there. Sooners will widen their lead after 2 rotations and enjoying a good night here inside McCaslin Fieldhouse. Earlier this week on the huddle, Josh Yee, Sooner
team, and it's showing.
What's that camaraderie been like for you? That teamwork of the guys coming together. What's kind of stood out for you as a part of it?
I like the competitiveness in the gym. Like, I think we battle against each other, and that's what's make us stronger. You know.
When you have that, it's a delicate balance, right, Josh? Because Cisco could be competing. I mean, just hypothetically with Fuzzy, and yet they're boys. But in the same vein, Fuzzy wants to compete. Cisco wants to compete. What's that balance like in making sure that everyone understands the value of team?
Yeah, it is a hard thing to balance. You know, everyone kind of wants their spot, and you want to be a little bit selfish sometimes, but it really just makes for a really good atmosphere when they figure out that we're all in this together. So we're all going to push each other, and I'm going to try to beat you, and I want you to try to beat me, and it just keeps making everybody better. So it's awesome.
Cisco, what has kind of drawn you to the still rings? What has made that, I guess I could say, an apparatus, an event that you feel like, hey, this is for me right now?
Well, I didn't used to be super strong, but I just kept working, and one day it just like clicked for me. And then since that day it clicked for me, I just started to like grind that event.
Is it repetition on the apparatus? Is it weight room? What's really helped improve that strength more than anything?
I would say it's like equal, but I personally lean towards the weight room a little bit more. You know, build that muscle, build that foundation for the rings.
Yeah, and I think we kind of hit on it, but you said you realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this gymnastics thing. Mom supported, family supported. You actually reached out to Mark Williams and you reached out to OU to say, hey, I think I can make a difference here.
Well, yeah, I reached out to him and I was like, it would be a dream come true if I could join the program, and Mark welcomed me with open arms, and here I am.
Great contributions from Francisco Velez Melendez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. He was the 2025 Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Freshman of the Year. He has competed for Puerto Rico internationally, but just great contributions, Genki, that he has made in a couple of seasons now. It's just 2 seasons so far in Norman for him. What's been his impact on this Sooner program?
Yeah, the Sooners have been a little bit weak on the rings, but Cisco brings in that strong, well-executed strength and great dismount, and so he is a huge impact on their team score for rings.
Cisco Velez Melendez and the rings. Genki alluded to it. When you need somebody to step forward, he is always in the middle of that lineup, Matt. How important has that been?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, he's consistently been scoring very, very well. You know, high 13s, low 14s. He's made a immediate huge impact to this OU team ever since he's been here. And I know they are very, very happy to have him.
We look at the final scores. The Sooners just a little bit short of a season high on pommel horse. 56 even was the score. Their high score is 56-150, so they were well above what their season average has been. And for Cal, their rotation there on floor exercise, it was a 52-750. So
A mistake from their third guy, but a very strong finish from Mateo. But yeah, just you can feel it in here tonight that there's just that little bit more extra energy. And I think everybody, all these athletes are feeding off of it.
Got some individual event winners. Nico Hamilton on floor exercise for the Sooners. And Ignacio Yakers on the pommel horse, already your individual event winners. So the Sooners have 2 individual event wins, and they have the 2 team event wins so far. They've increased their lead from a little less than a point to now 4 points after a strong night on pommel horse. On to rings, and up first is Brigham Frenthaway.
Really nice strength skills to get this routine started. The judges are looking for the gymnast to be completely flat like a table on those skills, and Brigham did just that. Then a drop down into a beautifully done iron cross. It's very important that these gymnasts hold all their skills for a minimum of 2 seconds in order to get full credit. And so far, this routine is looking fantastic from Brigham Frenthaway. Just the dismount, big tuck double-double, and a stick. And that is the Sooner magic that he was looking for, and he can tell he is feeding off of it. Can't ask for a better performance on senior night for Brigham.
Brigham Frenthaway lighting up the crowd at McCaslin Fieldhouse as we head over to the vault. And the Bears set to get things started here. Sam Serlencioni. He is a sophomore from Huntington, New York. Serlencioni ready to lead things off for the Bears.
Very high flying double full out of Sam. Excuse me. Small hop, very well executed vault. Right here, legs together, chest high. Nicely done from Sam.
You can tell he almost had the stuck landing there. Really, really nicely done.
Good start from Brigham Frenthaway on the rings. Max Seiler will be up next. Powerful gymnast. Saw Mac just a few moments ago get a 14-0 on pommel horse. Still waiting for the score of Frenthawaite. The entire arena is staring at these guys.
Definitely adds to the nerves a little bit.
It has to. Just saw the score for Sam Serlencioni at 13-7 on vault. And Max Seiler now ready to go with assistance from Sooner head coach Mark Williams.
And Mac is very strong. We'll see it right here, this first skill. Back up rise to a Maltese, connected to a bounce to iron cross. See, legs together, straight plunge right there. Tell he had to fight just a little bit on that handstand, but gets right back on track. Really nice swing work by Mac. Big dismount, and he gets the stick. You know, and that's a little bit of a lower difficulty dismount for Mac, but that's just due to a knee injury that he is coming back from. Expect to see him doing harder difficulty later in the season, but kicks out, gets a beautiful stuck landing. Another great routine by Max Seiler.
Brigham Frenthawaite just had a career high 13.95 on rings to start things for the Sooners. Nathan Underhill is next on vault.
Just a little bit of a mistake there. I think he had too much power going into that vault. Just didn't see the landing and had to put his hands down.
Yeah, we'll see it again right here. It's almost like he thought the ground was going to be there a little bit sooner than it was. Glad he didn't get hurt there or anything. And unfortunately just put his hands down, and that'll incur a 1-point deduction. I feel like he could have done 3 twists there.
So 13.95 for Brigham Frenthawaite on rings. Taj Haidu is ready, waiting for the score of Max Seiler. Taj Haidu, the sophomore from Las Vegas. He is number 6 nationally on still rings, and he was the bronze medalist on rings last year at the NCAA championships.
Very nice. Back up rise Maltese. Bounce cross to start off the routine. Very leveled. The judges will be looking for his hands and where his shoulders align with his hands. A little bit of a fight there. Great recovery. Very nice Yamawaki into giant. And just the dismount. Double-double. Small hop, but very well executed routine from Taj.
Taj Haidu continues a strong rings set for the Sooners.
See that dismount again right here. 2 twists, 2 flips, and almost had the stuck landing. Just the smallest of hops. Really nice performance from Taj.
Kalen Curry is ready to roll here down the vault ramp for the Cal Bears. Got a 13.7 from Serlencioni, and Underhill a 13.3.
Let's see if he can get his team back on track here. Big 2.5, big step, but I mean, overall, he should be very happy with that. Great power, great height, and it was honestly done very, very clean as well. Just had that big step on the landing.
So Lencioni leading the way for the Bears so far on vault. We'll see what Curry's score is.
Here's his vault again. Legs together. Very high amplitude. Just that big step at the end, but very nicely done.
Final competitor for the Sooners will be Francisco Velez Melendez. We saw him talking about this routine. He's third nationally on rings.
He had one of the best performances last week. Let's see if he can repeat it tonight.
He has won each of the last 2 individual event titles for the Sooners on rings. Will he do it again tonight?
If he does what he's capable of, I think he will.
I don't know. Brigham Frenthaways already got a career high, 13.95. Haidu has tied that.
Beautiful. Azarian Maltese bounce cross. As Matt mentioned earlier, just flat-bodied. A little bit of a wiggle there, but so far so good.
That is just so impressive to have a Maltese stud in the middle of a routine. You don't see that very often by gymnasts just because of how much energy and strength that skill takes. But he makes them look easy. Then big dismount. Wow. And that right there is why he has won multiple titles on this event and why he's currently ranked number 3 in the entire country. Great routine by Francisco.
I know Brigham wanted that event title, but that'll be very hard to beat tonight.
He's got an excellent chance to be All-American, if not win an individual championship on rings. This is Jasper Smith-Gordon, the Bears' final regular competitor here on the vault. Kalen Curry has a team-high 13.95 so far.
Jasper's known for his high-flying vault there. Beautifully done, legs together. A little bit of a hop, small step, but well-executed vault from Jasper.
We'll see Mateo Bardana in a moment as part of the all-around.
See that vault here again? I mean, legs are just glued together, very clean, great amplitude off of the table, and just that step on that landing, but that was an exceptionally well done vault.
Sooners huddled up. Their rotation is done on rings. Gonna have Mateo Bardana, as we said. This is just for his competition in the all-around tonight. Wow, Francisco Velez Melendez, 14.40 on the rings. That is a new career high for Francisco. So career highs for Frenthaways and Velez Melendez on rings. Pretty salty rotation there the Sooners just had, Genki.
Yeah, that was awesome.
.56 even for Oklahoma. That's 1 2/10 higher than any score they've had this year on rings.
Yeah, and you can tell why they're ranked number 2 in the country on this event. Nicely done vault there from Mateo Bardana.
Once again, just for his competition in the all-around tonight. Won't count toward the team score.
Here's that vault one more time. I believe his right foot stepped out of bounds, so they'll take 1/10 there, but beautifully done.
We are midway through the night now. 3 rotations in. Oklahoma, just an excellent rotation there on the still rings. Sooners are the #1 team in the country on rings. On senior night, let's look back at the first time we saw these guys. And we begin with Kelton Christensen's first performance. And we didn't even know nobody knew because we had to tape his name on the back of his jersey. You remember this night, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny seeing that. Just, you know, they must have had a mess up with the orders for the uniforms that year. just got to improvise sometimes. But, I mean, Kelton has always been great on high bar, and I think just year after year, he's gotten just a little bit better, and it's just so good to see him continuing to do so well.
About Ignacio Yakers, when we first saw him on the pommel horse, Genki, you were an assistant coach when he came in. What did you think of Ignacio here on the horse?
Yeah, just watching him practice, watching him swing horse, I was super impressed. Just the way he carries himself and how hard he works, it's just awesome to see.
And he has made it all the way up to #2 nationally. He has been an All-American on pommel horse. And what can you say about Fuzzy Bennis? I remember the first time seeing him just going, who is this guy?
Yeah, I mean, Fuzzy's one of those kids that's just freakishly talented, and he works very, very hard. And when you combine those two things, you just get great gymnastics. And Fuzzy has just been a great addition to this Sooner team.
Fuzzy Bennis has missed some time with injury, but he's looking to close things out in a big-time way as a senior. And Brigham Frinthaway, we've watched him set a career high tonight once.
Oh my goodness.
Been such a contributor, Genki.
Brigham has grown so much. His face is almost unrecognizable. But just shows how hard he's worked to get to where he is now.
He gained about 50 pounds since he was first recruited out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. And here they are, the seniors. Mark Williams shaking hands with some faithful fans inside McCaslin Fieldhouse. You hope to enjoy a senior night like this. Oklahoma widens the lead again. As we said, their still ring score was 1 2/10 higher tonight than it has been all season long. And they are building towards setting another season high score nationally if they keep up what they have done through 3 rotations tonight, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, they are on a roll, and I think it's just a testament to how much depth this Sooner team has. They're not even putting their best lineups in tonight, and they are still scoring very, very well. It's going to be very interesting to see how things unfold later this year.
And it looks like, Genki, they are, you don't know how senior night's going to go. You could be a little bit flat because of all of the emotion and energy, or you can channel it into your performance, and it looks like they have gone the second route so far.
Yeah, just how you mentioned, just feeding off of that energy. It's just been awesome to see. Hopefully they can keep that energy going and not get flat and just keep executing routines.
We're headed to the close of the regular season. The Sooners pursuing another national championship. Cal's got 4 in its history. Oklahoma and Penn State up there at the top. Stanford's had a great run. Michigan able to upset Stanford last year, so the Wolverines are the reigning champions. This is the first of 3 meetings between these teams to close the regular season. The Sooners are going to go to Cal Berkeley on the 21st of March. That'll close out the regular season, and then right back out there to Cal because the Bears are hosting the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Championships. That will be on April the 4th. We get very familiar with one another as we head down toward the conclusion of 2026. We're going to get the crowd into it. I think there's a dance competition about set to take place over here on the floor exercise mat.
That's what it looks like.
I think we've just stopped the competition to dance.
These guys definitely have a lot of energy here tonight. Glad they're having fun.
Bears are ready to go on rings. And it looks like up first is going to be Carter Kemp, junior from Frisco, Texas, Wakeland High School. 3rd year in the program. He is one of the team captains along with Kalen Curry. He'll lead things off for the Bears.
Very nice. Straight body planche into a bounce cross to start the routine here. Very well executed. Cross. A little bit of a fight there. And here's the dismount. Double-double. A little bit of a big step, but very nicely done from Carter.
Cal ranks number 18 on rings as a team. Again, they have set season-high scores tonight on 2 different rotations. Here's Tyler Flores. Look out, he's the number 1 vaulter in the country. And a stick.
Wow, that was a huge vault from Tyler Flores. Really well executed and finds that landing. Even though it's a blind landing, he gets the stick. Super impressive. See it here one more time. Just explodes off that table. Just a perfect stick. So fun to watch.
Well, he set a career high earlier this year on vault with a 14.55. He's won a couple of vault titles this year. He's ranked number 1. Might we see yet another one? Tyler Flores coming back from concussion to be in the vault lineup tonight. Jackson Mitchell is ready to go on rings. Junior from Kyle, Texas. He was All Mountain Pacific Sports Federation on rings 2 seasons ago. This is his 3rd year in the program.
Great Maltese to start this routine off. Nicely done, legs together, straight plunge right there, and then lowers into a Maltese. Potentially was just short on that hold, but this is looking really good. Really nice pike Yamawaki right there, connected into a back or front giant. And a huge double twisting double back to finish the routine with a stuck landing. And his teammates are hyped up after that. That was a great performance by him.
Here's that dismount again. Huge tuck double-double. Sees the landing. Just getting his teammates hyped.
Leo Koike set for the vault for the Sooners. Tyler Flores was 5/100ths of a point off of his season high, but an excellent 14.5 for Flores. And now Koike.
Just a little bit of a step out of there, but very nicely done from Leo.
Yeah, I feel like that was an impressive fight to save that landing right there. Looked like it almost got away from him.
Here's that vault one more time. Yeah, just a little short on that landing there, but strong finish from Leo.
Leo Koike in the number 3 spot for the Sooners. We get back over and see the rings routine here of Sam Serlincioni. Just a sophomore, second time we have seen him tonight. At a 13.7 on vault. Still waiting on the judges here. Leo Koike's vault score has already been posted. Leo had a 13.85. Sooners have 2 competitors left on vault. Fuzzy Bennis and Brigham Frenthaway. Serlincioni.
Very nice backup rise to legs together plunge right there. I feel like these holds are just a little bit short. I'd like to see him hold it for about a half a second longer. Very solid in his handstands. Big dismount, another double twisting double back. So a small step forward.
Twin 13.25s for Kim and Mitchell. We'll see about Serlencioni as Fuzzy Bennis is ready to go down the vault ramp for the final time in McCaslin Fieldhouse.
Now, Fuzzy stuck this vault last weekend. Let's see if he can do it here again tonight. Wow.
How about it?
He is just a sticking machine on that vault. Don't know how many times I have seen him stick it. So impressive.
Here's that vault one more time. High flying, sees the landing. Just taking off that vault table with full confidence. A beautiful landing.
When he is on, he is among the best in the country. Won bronze in the all-around at the NCAA championships and the U.S. championships. This past August, Fuzzy's battled some shoulder, hamstring, ankle soreness. Man, he can get right. Oklahoma's got a real chance to win a national title. Back we go to the rings.
Nathan had a little bit of a mistake on vault. Let's see if he can bring it back strong here. Very nice. Maltese bounce cross.
This routine is looking very solid. Really good swing work right there. Just slightly bent his arms, getting up to that handstand. Another double twisting, double back. Big step on that landing, but really solid routine by him.
So Nathan Underhill there for the Bears. Wrapping up their four-man rotation, we will once again see Mateo Bardana as part of the all-around. Now to wrap up Oklahoma on vault is Brigham Frenthaway.
Just a little bit. It was a little bit short on that landing.
See that vault here one more time. It's just a little bit short on his rotations. I had to take a couple steps backwards.
A strong finish.
It's a good fight to stay on his feet right there.
Sooners got 14-5 from Tyler Flores. Fuzzy Bennis had a 14-4. So a big vault score coming for the Sooners. When we get the final tally there for Brigham Frenthaway, Oklahoma, the #1 vault team in the country. And here's Mateo Bardana.
Beautiful Azarian cross.
Really nice backup rise to iron cross right there. Very nice backup rise to handstand. He's looking very solid at his handstands. Just the dismount.
Wow. Beautifully done routine from Mateo. He's been impressive so far.
See that dismount again one more time. Great double twisting, double back. Kicks out, sees the ground, and gets that stick.
Oklahoma's vault score, 56.35 tonight. That is above their season average. It's about 1/10 of a point shy of their season high. So the Sooners continue with a very good night on senior night at McCaslin Fieldhouse. One of the contributors to this Oklahoma program is Emory O'Danley. He has announced his retirement from competitive gymnastics. He's going to join us in just a moment, but Emory talks about that decision to retire and all that OU has meant to him. On senior night here, as Oklahoma has widened the lead after 4 rotations tonight, it is almost 8 points over Cal as the Sooners come through with a rotation on vault that was above their regular season score, but it was a little bit shy of their high score. Cal is hanging in this thing. And Matt, when you look at the grand scheme of things, about where you expected things to be with Oklahoma up nearly 8 points?
Yeah, I mean, this is like you said, kind of what we expected. You know, their averages coming in here, Oklahoma has roughly a 14-point average above Cal Berkeley, and so we kind of expected this, but you know, can't say enough good things about Cal. You can definitely tell that their program has improved greatly over the years, and they're pushing the difficulty and starting to execute very well.
We look at some of your individual event winners. Once again tonight, Francisco Velas Melendez with another rings title, and Tyler Flores with another vault title. I don't think that's to anybody's surprise, Genki. The stars you expect to shine have come out to shine tonight. Would you say that?
Yeah, they've done an excellent job executing their routines tonight. You know, Cisco and Brigham both executing well and sticking their landings, maximizing their score.
And competing first on parallel bars.
It's always been impressive to watch.
Ignacio Yacker.
So Oklahoma will be first up on parallel bars, and Ignacio Yackers will take the first turn.
Nice peach to support to start this routine off. Very well done to Pelt. Wow, and that is a very difficult skill done by Ignacio. It's done exceptionally well. He's looking very solid in this routine. Can tell he's really trying his best not to give any extra tenths away, and finishes with another stuck landing. Great routine by Ignacio Yackers. Something special about senior night.
Ignacio Yackers already with the pommel horse title tonight. Going to throw his hat in the ring to win the parallel bars as well, Genki.
Yeah, just a very well executed routine from Ignacio. Just taking his opportunity and maximizing everything that he can do. Well executed routine from Ignacio.
Jackson Mitchell first up on high bar, the junior from Kyle, Texas for the Bears.
Nicely on top half from Jackson to start off the routine. High flying, stretched Tkachev here. Very unique one-arm Zooey man and a one-arm giant. And just a dismount. Straight double-double. A little bit of a step there, but very nicely done from Jackson.
Good way to start things on high bar there for the Bears. Get back over to the Sooners. And next up is going to be Fuzzy Bennis. Fuzzy just off a 14-4 on vault. Ready to roll here on parallel bars. One of the top parallel bars guys in the country. What does it take to be great on parallel bars, Matt?
It's honestly, it's tough. You know, P-bars is one of those events where it's so easy to give tiny little deductions away. You know, something as simple as a hand movement can incur a deduction. And so I really think P-bars is all about the details, making sure you look very, very sharp, and just trying to execute as best as you can.
Won an individual event title on the parallel bars earlier this year against Greenville. Certainly fully capable. He's kind of been testing it regularly, Genki, as he has nursed a little bit of a sore shoulder this year.
Yeah, just P-bars is one of those events that if your shoulders are sore or hurting, it makes it really easy to open up that door for those little 1/10 steps, a little bit of form break. But Fuzzy's a better veteran, and so I expect great things from him.
What's even more challenging is waiting, and that's what Fuzzy Bennis is doing right now as they continue to try to total up the scores for Ignacio Yakers.
Competing next for Oklahoma, Fuzzy Bennis.
Now ready.
Yeah, I think the judges heard you, Chad. Nice backup rise to handstand to get this routine going. Real tricky skill right there. What's known as a peach half, connected to a peach to handstand, done very well. Little bit of a leg separation there. You can tell he had to just kind of fight on that handstand, and again right there, looks like he's settling back in. Big double pike. Hop backwards, but overall, another great performance from Fuzzy Bennis.
On his senior night, Fuzzy Bennis, that is the final time that we will see him in McCaslin Fieldhouse. He is not in the high bar lineup tonight.
Here's that dismount one more time. Just a slight hop, but very well executed from Fuzzy.
Troy Noeska, sophomore from Thousand Oaks, California. He's competed some of the all-around this season. See him on high bar for the Bears.
Very nice jam handstand to start it off. Very nice talk half. Some big releases here. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. Great recovery.
Yeah, it just seemed like he didn't trust that tap going into that first attempt and just decided to reset and try it again.
Here's that dismount. A layout, half and half out. And a stuck landing from Troy. A little bit of a hiccup, but very strong finish.
What kind of a deduction are you looking at for taking the extra spins before he tried the release move?
I believe it's a 5/10. I could be wrong, but
so not much.
Yeah.
Next for Oklahoma,
Tosh Haidu ready to go on the parallel bars. See, Bennis was a 10th better than Yakers to start the rotation for Oklahoma. Tosh Haidu. Saw him on rings.
Nice press to handstand. There we see that peach half connected to a peach handstand, just like we saw from Fuzzy. Looked like he got barely ahead of himself, but gets right back on track. And that right there is a front up rise to a Stutz, which is exceptionally difficult to do.
Very clean routine from Tosh so far. Very nice Healy. And just a dismount. Huge double front. Little bit of a step there. A strong, strong routine from Tosh.
Yeah, I think he was trying to go for that stick on that dismount. Just kicked out a little bit early. You'll see right there. And had to take that big step, but manages to stay on his feet. Great routine from Tosh Haidu.
Carter Kim is next on high bar for the Bears.
competing next on high bar for Cal, Carter Kim.
Carter Kim Jr. from Frisco, Texas. He was All conference on high bar last year. All Mountain Pacific Sports Federation.
Big release move to start here. Wow, very nice. Coleman, 2 flips and a twist. Very nice Kovacs there. Some big release moves. Straddle into a pike.
This routine is looking really good. Flying giant right there. Big dismount coming up. That's a shame, because that routine was looking so good. I think just on that dismount, he kicked a little bit too soon, and it just got away from him, and unfortunately had a fall right there. We'll see it again. Yeah, you can see he just kicked a little too soon, which made him let go of the bar a little bit too early, and that unfortunately was the result. He'll be looking to make up for that, though, later on this season.
Final Sooner competitor on parallel bars is Nathan Roman. The first time we have seen him tonight. He's won a couple of parallel bars titles tonight, including the Rocky Mountain Open. He is ranked number 2 in the country on this rotation.
You know, and that right there was just very uncharacteristic of Nathan. You know, he is so good on this event, and let's see if he can get back on track right here, because I'm sure that rattled him. Doesn't look to be facing him too much, though. He's doing some very difficult gymnastics and just making it look easy. Huge bobsar. Love watching that skill. It's just a full travel down the entire length of the parallel bars. And that was what's known as a to pelt right there, done very well. And big double front. Big step on that landing. You know, and Nathan's gonna be disappointed with that, because like we said, that mount was very uncharacteristic of him. We'll see it right here. Looked like his hand just slipped off and just didn't get where it needed to be. And we'll see that double front dismount again. Just flies so high in the air.
So we'll see the score for Nathan Roman. The high score so far for Oklahoma on parallel bars is Tosh Haidu with a 13.55. And the final competitor on high bar is going to be Mateo Bardana. This does count toward the 4 score.
And the last competitor on high bar for Cal, Mateo Bardana.
Beg your pardon. This doesn't. Yeah, it does. It counts toward the 4.
Yeah, Mateo's in a little bit of a sticky situation, watching his teammate fall in front of him. Let's see if he can bring it back for the Bears.
You know, and that can be a very difficult task, you know, is trying to just pick the momentum back up after a teammate fell. You know, you want to keep that energy up, and most importantly, get a hit routine to just get the momentum back on track for your team, especially going into the last event of the night after this.
High flying releases here. Wow, beautiful Coleman. Very strong start. Talk half. Very nice quast. And just the dismount. Slight hop, but super impressive routine out of Mateo. Very strong finish.
Competing in the all-around tonight. That will also count toward the 4 scores on high bar for the Cal Bears. A little bit of a slip from Kim. And that is it for the 5th rotation. Oklahoma 276.050 and a parallel bar score of 53 even. So that is below their season average. Sooners are the number 2 parallel bars team in the country. We've already got some individual event winners, all of them Sooners tonight. Nico Hamilton once again wins the floor exercise. Genki, what did you think of this routine?
Yeah, Nico is always impressive on floor. That beautiful high-flying double pike dismount.
This back-to-back floor exercise title for Hamilton, and Yockers once again on the pommel horse mat.
Yeah, I mean, Ignacio is just great. Does extremely difficult gymnastics, done very well.
Francisco Velez-Melendez winning the rings for the 3rd consecutive meet.
Super impressive dismount there.
Then just a huge fault with the stuck landing by Tyler Flores. So fun to watch.
Very nice. Front 1/4 there. And that dismount.
Well, that's a 13.55 from Tosh Haidu there on parallel bars. We will see if that holds up through the final rotation. There's Nico Hamilton. Got himself another individual event win here tonight. Sooners ready for their final rotation. They will go into the final rotation with a lead of nearly 12 points. That's about how far these two teams are separated if you look at their average season high score. High bar time for Oklahoma. Last time on the high bar in this field house for the seniors who go through this last rotation. But Cal's got to be excited. I mean, Oklahoma has had a season high score on rings and on vault. Cal, season high score that they had on pommel horse, floor exercise. They had a season high on vault as well. Not quite there on the parallel bars tonight, but a good night for Cal as well as you look at the scores headed into this final rotation. Oklahoma floor exercise was above a season high. Pommel horse above a season high. Rings was 1 2/10 higher than they've been all season long. Vault was a season high score for the Sooners, and then they went a little bit below their season average on the parallel bars. That's how we arrive at 276.850. And we'll see, guys, if Oklahoma, in the last 2 times they've been out, they have had a season high total score nationally. First off, against Nebraska, 331, or I should say against Air Force Ohio State, it was a 328.65. They bettered that against Nebraska with a 331.3. See if that little dip on the parallel bars holds them off of another season high score here tonight, game.
Yeah, the Sooners, all they need to do is hit great sets and stick 4 for 4, just like they've done before. They just got to trust it within themselves and just execute at a high level.
Just got word that they upgraded Ignacio Yocker's score to a 13.85 just a moment ago there on the parallel bars. That takes the Sooners to a 53.8, so they actually do go a little bit above their season average on the parallel bars. Maybe they will get to that regular season high for the 3rd consecutive meet.
Yeah, that's an 8/10 swing, and so hopefully they can do it.
On pace to do so as Oklahoma heads to high bar. Sooners are #1 in the country. 53.780 is their season average on high bar. Lineup tonight: Brandon Zepeda-Orth, Nico Hamilton, Brigham Frinthaway, and then Kelton Christensen will bring it home. We're going to see Leo Koike on senior night, also with an exhibition there on the high bar to close things. But good so far. What do you think Mark Williams would say about what he has seen so far, Matt?
I mean, I think he's going to be very pleased with tonight. You know, like I was saying earlier, OU has so much depth on this team, and they're not even putting some of their best guys up on some of these lineups, and they are still pushing to break the highest score in the country. So I think Mark should be very happy with this performance tonight. Obviously, knowing Mark, he's going to always look for some things they can fix, but I think he's going to be very pleased with this.
Is that the big challenge for Mark Williams and Josh Lee and Valery Goncharov, is just figuring out week to week who's going to be? You only get 4 guys, and to make sure you pick the best 4 on that night, is that the biggest challenge that they face headed down the home stretch, game?
Yeah, this new 4 up, 4 count format makes it very difficult, and also a 12-man team makes it difficult to find the best lineup that you can possibly put out that night. And but this coaching staff does a very good job of never getting complacent and just trying to be the best that they can be week in, week out.
Headed to the final rotation of the night. Mark Williams has been through it so many times. Chance to win his 10th national championship as a head coach here this year. Just kind of fine-tuning things. These two teams will contest one another again on March the 21st at Cal Berkeley. And then we'll have the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Championship. That will be April 17th, or I should say April the 4th. NCAA qualifiers are in Champaign. University of Illinois hosting April the 17th and the 18th. So a little over a month left in the men's gymnastics season. Oklahoma looking strong. Oklahoma, Stanford, Michigan, the reigning national champions, and Nebraska, who we saw as well. The Huskers are the number 3 team nationally. Cal is ranked number 8 as they head to their final rotation on the parallel bars. Getting things started is Kaylin Orion, the Stanford transfer.
So far, this is looking really good. Very nice Healy twirl right there. Very nicely done. Stoods to 1 bar. Big double front and a stick. That was a great routine.
What a start.
See that dismount again right here. Just a huge double front. Kicks out, finds the landing. Very impressive performance by Orion.
Oklahoma set to bring it home. Brandon Zepeda-Orth will be up first. He is number 2 nationally on high bar.
Very nice. Zoom in to start off the routine. Just watching Brandon perform, it's just, he has beautiful lines. Very greatly executed. Big release here.
Got a little close on that catch, but doesn't seem to phase him very much. Another big straddle to Kochev right there. This is a fantastic performance. Let's see if they can get that first stick. Took a big step on that landing, but overall, that was a fantastic performance by Brandon Zepeda-Orth. Sooners are going to be happy with that. Yeah, you can tell how close he was. Heck, was almost bad. Could have hit his face, but manages to get his hands there in time and saves it. Great fight by Brandon Zepeda-Orth.
Brandon Zepeda-Orth is a freshman last year, won a high bar individual title in his very first career event. And he won the high bar earlier this year for the Sooners against Michigan. Next up for Cal, they got Trick Dudley, sophomore from London.
Very difficult. Makut's. Very nice routine so far from Trig here. Just making everything flow, making it look easy. And just a dismount. Good fight, but unfortunately, he put his hands down. The judges will take a fall, a full point there. Here's that dismount one more time. Just didn't get enough rotation off of the P-bars. We just landed very short.
So Brandon Zepeda-Orth was up first. We will see Nico Hamilton now. He's already captured an individual event title on floor exercise.
Nico is very talented on this event. He's capable of scoring very well. Let's see what he can do here. Starting off with a Takamoto full, just a little shy of that handstand. Nice Takamoto half right there. Got the first big release coming up. Huge Coleman. Two flips with a full twist. Very nicely done Kovacs right there. Good one-arm giant. Gearing up for that dismount. Small hop on the landing, but another great performance by the Oklahoma Sooners. See that Coleman again. Two twists, or two flips with a full turn. And then a double twisting, double layout to finish it off with some great execution. Nice routine by Nico.
Back to the Bears, continuing their rotation here on the parallel bars.
Very strong start from Brendan. Ooh, very nice Suarez. Very nice controlled. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there, but good recovery.
Yeah, that was an impressive save.
Looked like he swung a little too hard there. And the dismount, just a small step. A strong finish from Brendan. Uh-oh.
That looks like he might have just suffered some type of shoulder injury.
Yeah, I think it was that Diamondov. He got a little bit stuck on that one arm. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Brigham Frentaway ready to go for the Sooners on high bar.
Competing next on high bar for Oklahoma,
13-6 from Brandon Cepeda-Orth. Haven't seen Nico Hamilton score just yet, but here goes Brigham Frentaway. Final time that he will be on the high bar in McCaslin Fieldhouse. See, Nico Hamilton just scored a 13-7.
This is a very special moment for Brigham here. Last routine in the Fieldhouse. A little bit of a shy handstand there. Here comes his releases. Strong stretch Tkachev. Straddle Tkachev. Very nice quast.
This is looking really good by Brigham. Nice one-arm giant right there. Then just gearing up for that dismount. And he gets the stick to finish off his last routine in McCaslin Fieldhouse. No better way to finish for Brigham Frentaway.
Senior night sealed with a stick for Brigham Frentaway. One more regular routine to go, but it'll be hard to top this from Brigham Frentaway.
See that dismount one more time. Two twists, two flips, fights for that landing and gets that stick. Great routine by Brigham.
This will be the final routine of the night for the Bears. Mateo Bardana, he'll close things on the parallel bars.
Very nice support peach. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's a unique skill. You don't see that very often. But it was done very well.
Mateo has been very impressive tonight.
Yeah, he's been doing some incredibly difficult gymnastics and doing it quite well. Great routine by Mateo Bardana.
That wraps it up for the Bears. Mateo Bardana taking part in the all-around tonight, the only competitor who is doing so. And the final man in the regular rotation is Kelton Christensen. See what he did last week on high bar, a 14-4. Season average is just shy of 14. Got a chance to win another individual event title. He is third nationally on high bar and was an All-American on it last season.
Yeah, Kelton is just fantastic on high bar. Does some very difficult gymnastics. We'll see right here.
Stretched Jaeger. Very nicely done.
And Takamoto full. Great angles, finishing in that handstand position. See a Takamoto half right there. Next to Ginger. So good, done so well. I just love how clean Kelton is on this event. You know, he fights for every 10th. Another Jaeger in the pike position right there.
Very nice quast. Gearing up for that dismount. Stretch double-double. Right into a stick. Just an amazing job from Kelton. What a way to finish his senior night. And a great finish for the Sooners.
I think Kelton Christensen just won himself a high bar title on senior night.
So.
I think you're right, Chad. That was great. We'll see that dismount one more time. Just huge height. Has plenty of time to see that landing, and his teammates just go nuts. Love to see it.
The best part of all, celebrating a stick with a teammate on senior night. We'll get Kelton Christensen's score. That wraps up the regular rotation for Oklahoma. We're going to see Leo Koike on this senior night with an exhibition to close on high bar. Fun to see Leo get to go out like this, Genki.
Yeah, in that alternate position, just no pressure. Just go up there, raise your hand, and be as confident as possible. Just do the gymnastics he does every day.
Do know that Ignacio Yakers has won the parallel bars. So Yakers, pretty good way for him to go out, winning both the pommel horse and the parallel bars.
Yeah, that's an awesome senior night for Ignacio.
Waiting on Kelton Christensen's score, but I have to believe that's going to be a new high on the night on the high bar. So much pressure on these judges. So Oklahoma's season high on high bar is a 56-1. He would need a better than a 14-5 for Oklahoma to achieve that new season high as a team. Sooners do have a season high tonight on rings and on vault. Cal's had a couple of season highs. Pommel horse, floor exercise. It's been a good night for both teams.
Absolutely. You know, we've seen some really difficult gymnastics being done here tonight by both teams, and everybody executed very well. It's been a very impressive performance by both the Sooners and the Cal Bears.
Man, this must be a really high score for Kelton Christensen if it's taken this long to add up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that's taken them so long.
15-4. Is that what I see over there?
That's the start value.
That's the start value.
That would have been crazy if that was the score, though. That would have been a nation high.
We're going to let Leo Koike enjoy a moment in the spotlight here with the exhibition on senior night on high bar.
And it looks like Kelton's score just came in with a 14.15.
So he will win the individual high bar title tonight. Sooners total score 331.6. So it'll be a new season high by 0.3 of a point.
Leo's done a very nice job to start off his routine. Takamoto half. Here comes his releases.
Wow, and that was fingertips to grab that bar.
Coleman
This is a great routine by Leo. Really nice endo right there.
And just a dismount. Stretch double-double. And a slight hop, but very well done routine from Leo.
Great to see Leo go out like that. Couldn't have done it much better.
Now that was fantastic. We'll see that dismount one more time. Huge double-double, just the smallest of hops backwards. Great routine by Leo Koike.
Oklahoma's high bar score 54.75 tonight, just shy of a season high, but it was above their season average. And 331.6 is by 0.3 of a point. Once again, a national season high score, Genki. Oklahoma just getting better and better every time that we see the Sooners.
Yeah, the Sooners were very impressive tonight. You know, you could just feel the energy, feel the little Sooner magic in McCaslin, and the guys definitely fed off of it tonight.
Way to take it out on senior night for the Sooners. They win all of the individual event titles. Kelton Christensen did so on high bar as well. On to the postseason, where Oklahoma will have a shot at winning a championship. For Genki Suzuki and Matt Wensky, I'm Chad McKee. Thanks for watching NCAA Gymnastics on ESPN+.